Hey guys, two-ton hasher here. On my last video, I had a whole ton of questions asking me what software I was using to remotely manage all my mining rigs. Um, I didn't realize there was a whole bunch of interest in that, so I figured I'd just do a quick video. Um, I use this program. It's called Remote Desktop Manager. It's the free version. As you can see here, I've got 11 rigs here, and you can remotely manage them pretty nicely. It's works very well. I do have one complaint about it, and I'll get to it towards the end here. But real quick, like I'll show you where to get it. So basically, just go to your browser um, and go here, remotedesktopmanager.com. Just go to the home, then download, and just grab the free edition right here. Just download it. Well, there it goes. Anyhow, I've already got it downloaded, but anyhow, just download it and install it. After you get it installed, um, when you launch it for the first time, it validates your email address. It validates through your email. So you just want to select the free edition. It tries to sell you their pro version, but you just say no to all that crap and use the free version. Anyhow, once you get it installed and launched and running, um, it'll just be a blank screen here. But to add um, a mining rig, you just right click here, click add, and add a session. Now you have a whole bunch of different versions or different protocols to connect to different rigs. So you can, if you have Linux rigs, um, you can use SSH or PuTTY or SCP or WinSCP, all different kinds of protocols here, SSH tunnel. So this will work for your Linux rigs as well. But for the purpose of this video, it's for Windows rigs. When you hit add and click add session, it should default to Microsoft RDP, Microsoft Remote Desktop RDP. Hit OK. Here's where it prompts you for your rig name. You just name it whatever you want, ETH rig, whatever you want to name it. 05. And when it's for the computer, that's asking you for your computer name or IP address. So you can use the computer name of the rig, or you can use the IP address of the rig. I would, if it was me, I would use the rig name, so you might want to rename your rigs accordingly to however you want to name them here. If you use the IP address, that works, but you need to statically assign an IP address to your rigs. Otherwise, if you're using DHCP and you're connecting to the IP address, that IP address can change randomly. So use static IPs if you're using the IP address. I use authentication on my Windows boxes. You don't have to, but I do. So you just put in your username. They're not on a domain, so I don't use that. And you can save the password here. Just type in your password, hit OK, and it creates your rig here. There it is. Then you just double click to connect. Now, on a Windows box, you have to do two things. Well, you have to do at least one thing in order for it to connect. You might have to disable your firewall as well, but here's what I do. I disable my firewalls on my mining rigs just because I don't care. They're just mining rigs. There's nothing on it that's worth stealing. There's nothing installed on it. But anyhow, first thing I do is to enable the remote connections. So you need to, on your Windows box, you need to right click your start menu, go to system, go to remote settings, and make sure this radio box is checked. Allow remote connections to this computer. By default, it looks like that. So make sure that's checked. Hit apply and OK. And it should work, but if it doesn't, if you can't connect to your rig, you might need to disable your firewall or allow an exemption through your firewall to allow RDP connections. So I just disable the firewalls, and it's real simple to do. Just go to Control Panel, go to your Windows Firewall, turn Windows Firewall on and off, right there, hit OK, turn it off, and it should connect. That's really all you need to do to make sure your mining rigs can connect to this console. So basically, it's real simple, real easy to use. It's very stable. I've never had any problems with this. I don't know if there's any better software out there for this purpose, but this is very customizable. You can rename your rigs however you want them. All my rigs are mining Ethereum right now, but they're still named ZEC. You know, I used to mine Zcash, but now I'm on Ethereum. But you know, you can name them whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It's just a name. What else? Now, the only thing I don't like about this program, and I'll show you, is, and I think it's just because it's an RDP session. It doesn't really have to do with this program. I think if you do this through a regular RDP session, it would do the same thing. But let me go to, just say, rig 4 here, and let me stop the miner. Well, before I do that, see how all of the temperatures are displayed? Well, I started this miner from the actual rig itself. I didn't start the miner through this program. You can start it, but I'll show you why I don't. So if you stop the miner, and then restart it, it won't display the, it'll only display the temperatures for one card when you start it through this program. I don't know why. It drives me insane. Let the DAG build here. And it happens whether I'm mining Zcash or Ethereum Classic. It doesn't seem to matter what miner I'm using. It'll only display the temperatures for the first card and not the rest of the cards. It drives me insane. This is just my 1060 rig. Crappy hash rates, but well, look at that. It's actually working. It's that's right. This is NVIDIA. For AMD cards, it will not work. I'm sorry. I told you guys a lie. Let me go to an AMD rig here. Rigs. Let's see here. Let's go to rig 10. Stop this miner. These are AMD cards. RX 480s. Stop it, and I'll start it. Sorry guys, that was a screw up on my part. It does work on NVIDIA rigs. It's the AMD cards that will only display the temperatures for one card when you start the miner through this program. Give it a second here and it'll display the temps. See, there it is. Only displays the temperature for one card, even though there's 6 cards in here. Don't know why. If anybody knows the answer why, I'd love to know. Leave a comment. So on the AMD rigs, I have to start, if I want to see all the temperatures, I have to start it from the rig itself, outside. And my mining rigs are not in the house or in a different location. So, yeah. What else? Like I said, if you have Linux boxes, you can do the same thing. Run SSH commands directly from this console. Connect to all your rigs. That's basically it, guys. Works pretty nice. Like I said, the only complaint I have is, you know, when starting up the miner within this remote connection, that's the only complaint I have. It only displays the temperature for one card. Drives me insane, but oh well. anyhow, guys, I hope this helps. Hope this answers some of your questions. If you have any more questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. Signing off. Talk to you later.